Big round of applause.
So my name is Adrian, and I'm going to do my speech about abolition of the death penalty. So since 1976, 1392 people have been executed. 1392 families have been hurt. Do you think other people that don't even know the person gets to decide whether that person gets to live or not? I don't. It can happen to anyone. People can get wrongly accused, and it can happen to any of family members or any of our friends. We should support the abolition of the death penalty. Today, I will be addressing the problem, which is mainly executions cost more than life in prison, followed by the cause, obviously, the death penalty, and lastly, the banning of the death penalty. So, first of all, the problem, mainly money, right? The death penalty costs more than life in prison. According to rdsecure.org, a 2011 study found that California itself, only California, has spent more than $4 billion on just executions. So that's 20 more expensive than life in prison. People actually think it's cheaper to keep them, to send them to kill them, right? But they have no idea because they don't know when they execute them, or the execution, what happens after. People don't know that if someone is executed, the government aids the family because, quote unquote, they're putting their lives back together without that person, right? So the government aids them for counseling, for some hotline services, for some anything that help to help the family, right? And some people don't, they just take the money, they don't go to the counseling, they just take it, and people don't actually know that. Also, innocent people have been convicted and some were executed. According to OADP.org, which I accessed 2022, said since 1976, 138 people were released from death row because they were innocent, including some that were minutes away from execution. So as you can see, yeah, it's a really big deal. Minutes before, you're good. You could get out. Like, that's not right, man. Like, yeah. So, moving on. Okay. So, there's a map here. You can see there's over 100 countries that already have banned the death penalty. The ones that are in dark blue already completely banned it, right? The other ones are getting close to it. There are 32 countries that are in practice, are in going to banning it, right? So it also violates the Human Rights Act, which states the prohibition of torture or inhuman or disregarding treatment of punishment is the #1 most important provisions in the Human Rights Act. So it violates the human rights, and it states here in the article. This is Article 3. So I don't think, honestly, it's right for any of us to pick if he lives or dies. I don't think we're anyone. We're all humans. No one deserves death, even if that person has killed, many people. We're no one to say if he lives or dies. So, what is the solution? Solution can be take a pledge along with 90 other million people that are strongly against the death penalty. In the National Coalition to Abolish the Death Penalty, known as the NCADP.org, last action. You can take a pledge to abolish the death penalty. Another would be a petition. Around the community, you can collect petitions from many people, go city by city, and then after that, request a bill that hopefully makes its way up to a law. So today I talked about supporting the abolition of the death penalty. I further talked about it costs more to execute them and to keep them in prison for life. Second, I talked about many countries have already banned it, and we're not even close to getting there yet. And third, I talked about the pledge. Okay, so in conclusion, the people we love most is our family. People can be accused for anything these days. And I'm pretty sure if it was a loved one that was on death row, knowing that they didn't do it, you will be standing where I stand today about the death penalty. Thank you very much.